Okay. Okay. So, what all have you done? So, whenever you start your factorization, you have to go in this order. Common factor. Okay. Then you check for grouping. Yes. Grouping. Next is grouping. Next is identities. And the last one which you'll be looking for is splitting the middle term. Splitting the middle term. Okay. So common factor, you have to look at the maximum HCF of all the terms. Should be common across all the terms. It can be 2, 3, 4, any number of terms, but there should be one common thing among all the terms. That is common factor. Grouping, minimum 4 terms or 6, 8, like this. It should go in the even numbers, 4 terms or 6 terms or 8 terms. Identities, a squared minus b squared. So you have to, when you use identities, it can be a combination of grouping. Any problem can be a combination of all this. First you can do identities and then in that you might get grouping. Okay. So you have to factorize it till the last simplest form such that you cannot factorize further. And how do you express factorization? As a product of 2 or 3 expressions. Now this need not be always algebraic. It can be 2 into x plus 2. This is also a factorized form where one factor is 2, the other factor is x plus 2. Okay. So not necessary that all factors should be algebraic expression. There can be a number and an algebraic expression. Or it can be x into x plus 1 into x plus 2 like this. Okay, it can be one term or multiple terms. But you should express it as a product of expressions. You should not have a plus like this. If you're going to express it like this, then this is not the factorized form. Is it clear till now? So we'll be doing splitting the middle term, a very, very interesting way of factorizing, splitting the middle term. Now for splitting the middle term, you need minimum 3 terms. Okay, you need minimum 3 terms. This is the condition. Now suppose if I take a very simple problem, say x squared plus 5x plus 6. Let me take this. So first I told you, see if there's anything common. Is there anything common here? No. Correct? I can't do grouping because I have 3 terms. When I have 3 terms, I can never do grouping. Can I use any identity? Is there a squared minus b squared? No. For a squared minus b squared, I need 2 expressions with a minus in between, but these are all having plus. So the next one I do is splitting the middle term. Now how do you do it? Watch this. You'll have to take the product of first and the last terms with the sign. Okay. So this is plus x squared plus 6. So product is 6x squared plus 6x squared. Write it here. Take the product of the first and the last term and write it as 6x squared. Now you have to find factors of this such that product of these two factors, product of the factors is equal to 6x squared and sum of the factors is 5x. So product of this into this should be 6x squared. When you add these two, you should get plus 5x. Sign is very important. Now both, you look at this. This is plus. That means when we add this is plus, the product also is plus. That means both the factors should be plus. Correct? This is plus, this is also plus. Now when will I get this? When will I get product of two terms as plus? Minus into minus is plus, or plus into plus is plus. So this can be either minus or both can be plus. But my sum should be plus, right? Which means that both my factors should be plus. Now suppose if I have a plus and a minus, where my greater number has plus, that time also I get plus 5x. But plus into minus will give me minus. So whenever you have the sum of the factors as plus and the product of the factors as plus, both the factors should be plus. Right? Now, in how many ways can I get 6? 3 into 2 will give me 6. So my factors can be 3x or and 2x. Correct? 6 into 1 also is 6. So 6x into 1x. Now, I need product is now 3x into 2x is 6x squared. 6x into 1x is 6x squared. This is satisfied. Is this satisfied? 3x plus 2x is 5x, satisfied. 6x plus 1x is 7x, it's not satisfied. So this you cannot take. So what are the factors? 3x plus 2x. Is it clear? Is it clear till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Now put your video to some when I'm teaching at least, so that I know whether you're able to follow. Is it clear? So you take this product of the first and the last terms, and then you find factors such that sum of the two factors is the middle term, and product of these two factors is equal to the product of the first and the last terms. Now what I do, I split the middle term. Now I have 3x and 2x. So this middle term, I write it as, the remaining I write as it is x squared. Now what is this? Plus 3x plus 2x. Plus 3x plus 2x and then plus 6. So I'm splitting the middle term as plus 3x plus 2x. Now again I have, now you see, I have 4 terms. I can do grouping. See, we have a combination of all the methods now. I can do grouping. I group this and this. What happens? Here x is common. What is left out? X plus 3 plus, what is common here? 2 is common, x plus 3. So we have split the middle term. We have used grouping. Now you use common factors. See, all the 3 methods we are using. In this term and this term, x plus 3, the whole expression is common. So x plus 3 into x plus 3. Is this clear? So this is the factorized form of this. When you multiply these two, you should get back this. Is it clear? Pushpreet, Samhita?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Product of the two factors should be equal to the product of the first and the last with the sign. And sum of the two factors should be equal to the middle term. Once you find the factors with the right sign, sign is very important, and that's where most of the students get confused. So when you do more problems, it will be clearer to you. Then you split this 5x as plus 3x plus 2x. Write this as it is, and from after this, you have to use this plus 3x plus 2x and then write this as it is. Now we have split the middle term. Next is grouping. You group these two terms like how you did in the last class. Again here x plus 3 is common. This is not in the factorized form because you have a plus here. Don't leave it like this. This is not in the factorized form. Here you have x plus 3 common. Take out x plus 3 common. What is left is x plus 2. When you multiply these both, you should get back this. Clear? Is it clear? Shall we do one more problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, x squared plus 6x plus 8. Let us take this. Now, what should be the product of, how will you find? There are 3 terms. I can't use common factor, there's nothing common. I can't use grouping because there are only 3 terms. For grouping minimum I need 4 terms. Identities I can't use because they are not a perfect square. I'll try to do splitting the middle term. Now how do I split the middle term? I take the product of this and this. So plus 8 plus x squared is 8x squared. Now I see sum of the two factors is plus, the product also is plus. So both my factors should be plus. So what you should do, you can make a table. Sum, I will do this table in the end. Okay. So now what happens? I have to get the product as 8, sum as 6. So what are the product? For 8, what are the products? It can be 2x and it can be 2x and 4x. So it can be 2x and 4x, right? Then what else it can be? 1x and 8x, correct? 1x and 8x. So 1x into 8x is 8x squared, but 8x plus 1x is 9x. I want 6x here. So but here 2x into 4x is 8x squared, 2x plus 4x is 6x. Is it clear? So these are my two factors. So what I do, I write x squared as it is. This 6x, I split it as plus 2x plus 4x plus 8. Now I have 4 terms. I am going to group. I take x here. What is left is x plus 2. Here 4 is common. X plus 2. Now I do common factor here and here. X plus 2 is common. What remains is x plus. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear? Very clear? Okay, the problem is only when you have different signs. Now since Pushpreet, Bhavna, clear?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Okay, let's do this. P squared minus 10p plus 21. A little different. It is a little different. Now see here. Now what you know? 21 p squared. The product should be 21 p squared plus 21 p squared. Now what should be the sum? Minus 10p. It should be minus 10p. So your product is plus, your sum is negative. When will you get product plus? When both are plus or both are minus, correct? When both are plus, product is plus. When both are minus, minus into minus is plus. When will you get a negative sign? When you have 1 plus and 1 minus and the greater number is negative. Suppose 5 and 2. That time your answer will be negative. Correct? Or both are negative. That time we get a negative sign when you add or subtract. Add. Correct? So, but when you have 1 plus and 1 minus, the product will be negative. Plus into minus is minus. I have a plus here. So whenever the product is plus and the sum is negative, both of them should be negative. Please make a table. Make a table like this. Sum, product. Okay. Factor 1, factor 2. So this table will be useful to you. When product is plus, sum should be factors, both factor 1, when product is plus, factor 1 should be plus and right? Okay, I'll make the table and send it to you. How do you do it? Okay, or you write it in your words. When the product is plus and the sum is negative, both the factors should be negative. Now, what are the factors of 21? I can have 3 into 7. Okay, then what else I can have? Only one? That's all. Or 21 into
21 into 1.
21 into 1. Now, minus 3x. First, you should always fix the sign of the factors. Then you put the factors. Okay. So, minus 3x and minus 7x. See here, minus 7 into minus 3 will give you plus 21. Minus 7 and minus 3 will give you minus 10. Is it clear? So, I'll split. So, what I do? I'll write p square. Then I write this minus 3x. I write this minus 7x. So I'm splitting this like this. This plus 21, I write as it is. Now I group. I have 4 terms. Sorry, P, right? I take out P minus 3 is remaining. Here what I do? So what I do here? And take out minus 7 common. Now, if you're confused about whether to take out minus 7 or plus 7, put this p minus 3 here. First, don't do this. Put p minus 3 here. This should be correct. You should do it correctly. Once you get p minus 3, put p minus 3. Then you adjust outside. You want minus 7p. You have plus p. So, put a minus 7. See, minus into minus plus 7 into 3, 21. Clear? Clear how to get these factors? So when you have p into p minus 3, you put p minus 3 here blindly and then adjust the factor outside. Now in this and this, p minus 3 is common into p minus 7. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So, one more problem. Okay, do this. X squared minus 23x plus 42. Okay? Now, what is the product that we want? 42x squared, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what is the sum we want? So, product is positive, sum is negative, which means both of them should be minus. Okay? Product of the roots is positive, the sum of the factors is negative, which means both of them should be minus. Now, 42, what all you can have? 2 into 21 or 3 into 14 or 4, 5, 6 into 7. Correct?
2 into 21.
Three possibilities. Right? Now, let's try this. 2x, 21x. The other one is 3x, minus 3x, minus 14x. Minus 6x, minus 7x. We know both of them should be negative. I have fixed the sign. Okay? I have fixed the sign because I know since the product is positive and sum is negative, both of them should be negative. So I'm just putting 2x, 21x and so on. So minus 6x into minus 7x will give plus 42. Done. But minus 7x and minus 6x will give you minus 13x. You want 23x. So this will not be correct. Minus 3x minus 14x will give you 42. But 14 and 3 will give you 17. This will not work. 21 and 2, you get 42. Minus 21 minus 2 will give you minus 23. So this works. This works for me. Correct? For this problem, this works. So this will be x squared. I'm going to split this as minus 2x minus 21x plus 42. So here x is common, x minus 2. Here, now see, I put x minus 2 here. I don't want to confuse myself whether plus or minus, I'm getting confused. So this you have to do correctly, mind you. So this x minus 2 I'll put here. I want minus 21x here. I have an x here, so I put minus 21 out. Now let me check. Minus 21 into x is minus 21x. Minus into minus is plus. 21 into 2 is 42. Now, is it factorized? No, because I have a minus here. So I will take x minus 2 out, x minus 20. Clear? Bhavna, Pushpreet,
Yes, ma'am.
Samhita,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
clear? If you any doubts, please ask me. If you want me to repeat, I will repeat. Don't keep doubts to yourself, please. Factorization is very important. Splitting the time is even more important. Let's do this. P squared plus 6p minus 60. Okay? P squared plus 6p minus 16. So what you have to do? No common factor, no grouping, cannot do identities. So only thing is you have to do it by splitting the limits. Now what is the product? Minus 16 into p squared. Minus 16 p squared. Please take the sign, very important. Minus 16 p squared. Now till now the fourth problem that we did, we had the product as positive. The sum as either positive or negative. Correct? Now you have here the product as negative. When will you get product as negative? When one is positive, other is negative. Correct? When one is positive, other is negative, then when you multiply, you get negative. So that means one should be positive, one should be negative. This you fix. Okay? That when you have a negative product, one will be positive, one will be negative. You want the sum to be positive. So depending on this, we will fix this. You want the sum to be positive. That means when you add, you get positive. When you multiply, you get negative. Now, what are the factors of 16? We won't take sign into consideration. Just take see once your suppose if the meeting closes, please rejoin. Okay? This Zoom will come only for 40 minutes, so please rejoin. So 16, what are the factors? 2 and 8, 4 and 4, and then 16 and 1. Correct? Now, when I take 2 and 8, if I take 8 and 2 also, here I'll write. If I take 2 and 8, 2 8s are 16. But one should be positive, one should be negative. Now look at this plus, which means when will I get a positive sign? When two numbers are subtracted, when I integer a subtraction addition we have done, right? When the sign of the greatest number will be taken when you subtract, correct? So this will be, now if I need plus 6, this should be plus 8 minus 2. Because when I multiply, I get a negative. When I add, my plus 8 minus 2 will give a plus 6. Suppose if I put a 2 here and an 8 here, what will happen? Plus 2 minus 8 will give you a minus 16, but plus 2 minus 8 will give you a minus 6, which we don't want. We want a plus 6. So which means it should be minus 2 plus 8. Clear? Now, can it be minus 4 and plus 4? Minus 4 plus 4 is minus 16, but this will become 0. Don't want this. Can it be minus 16 and 1? Minus 16 into 1 will give you a minus 16, correct? But here I'll have minus 15, which we don't want. So these both will not work. This will work, which means, understood how to fix the sign? Understood? So now what will happen? P square, this plus 6, I write it as plus 8p minus 2p minus 16. This I write it as it is. No change. Only this I am replacing it with this. plus 8p minus 2p. Now I will p into p plus 8. This I have done correctly, I am confident. I'll just write p plus 8 here and I'll adjust outside. Now I have a minus 2p, I have a plus p, so I put a minus 2 here. So look at this, again verify now. Minus 2 into p is minus 2p, plus minus into plus is minus 2 into p is 60. Now this and this, I put a p plus 8. What remains? P minus 2. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I will write the rules. Please copy it and try to analyze and do. Don't by heart the rules. Okay. When product is positive and sum is positive, both factors will be positive. Okay, these are guidelines. Don't by heart. These are guidelines. Okay. Then when product is negative and sum is, when product is positive and sum is negative, both factors will be negative. Okay, this is the first one, what we did first time. This is the second type, and the last one we did was the third type. That is, when product is positive and the sum also is positive in the expression, choose both factors to be positive. When product is positive and sum is negative, choose both factors to be negative. Both factors should be negative. Did you copy this? Copy this. Third one. When product is positive and product is negative and sum is positive, choose factors such that the greater factor is positive and other factor is negative. Is this clear? When the product is negative and sum is positive, choose factors such that the greater factor is positive and other factor is negative. That time only your product will become negative. Positive into negative is negative, and when you add, it will take the sum of the greater number that is negative. Have you copied this? Have you copied this? Shall I rub this and write the fourth rule? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The last rule. When product is negative and sum is negative, choose factors such that the greater factor is negative and smaller factor is positive. Did you understand these four rules? These four rules are understandable?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The session will get over another 2 minutes. Please copy this. I'll close the session and restart. Use the same link and join the session. Okay, please join the same session after I close this. Nicely get this sunken into your head. Okay, the more problems you solve, the more comfortable you will be. Splitting the middle term is the most easiest. It seems difficult, but as you solve, we solve problems now after this. Have you copied this? Bhavna, have you copied? You left the meeting for some time. Can't hear you.
Ma'am, I'm copying.